Well, hello and welcome to the 2023 Fiesta Days Rodeo Queen Contest. Appreciate y'all coming out. Our first contestant is contestant number 5, and this is Aubrey Christensen. Contestant number 6 is Bailey Mackey. Contestant number 7 is Miriam Brophy. And contestant number 8 is Riley Voorhees. So we will also like to introduce our outgoing queen, which is Morgan Ivy, and she will carry the American flag into the center of the arena, after which Shawnee Rasmussen will offer an opening prayer, and then we will have the national anthem.
Our dear, kind, and gracious Heavenly Father, we're very grateful that we've been able to gather here together today to celebrate the sport that we all love, and we're so thankful for the committee that puts on this program, and we're thankful that we've been able to have some good weather today. And please bless that we'll be able to all have a good day, and that the contestants will be able to perform to the best of their ability. And please bless that they will all be safe and that everyone involved will be safe as well. And we love them. We're so thankful for this opportunity. We say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
So proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
At this time, I'll invite the judges to cross the arena and take their seats across the arena. Entering the arena first is Miss Danny Allred, followed by Lorena Richens-Lacer and Mark Haskell. So we sure appreciate these folks for coming out and spending their day with us today. Okay, and at this time we would like to welcome our 2022 Queen, Morgan Ivy, to set the pattern.
Here I am on the road. Here I am upon the stage. Here I go, playing star. There I go. Here I am.
Morgan's a hometown cowgirl. She's from Benjamin, and so this has been her hometown rodeo.
Up on the stage, here I go, playing star. call me a redneck, I reckon that I am, but this thing's going on with me, man, down to the core. I know a lot of dog who make ends meet, and there's crooked politicians crying in the street, and I'm madder than hell, and I'm gonna take it no more. We tell our kids to just say no. That's some candy waste judge, that's a drug dealer go. Slaps him on the wrist, turns him back out on the town. But if I had my way with people sitting door, I take a little tall tree and a short piece of rope. I hang them up my hound and I swing till the sun goes down. Well, you know what's wrong with the world today. People done go with the Bibles away and they live by the law of the jungle, not the law of the man. The good book says the sun knows the truth. And I'm going out in a 2-4-2. You better watch where you're going. Remember where you've been. That's the way I see it. I'm a simple man. I'm the kind of man who can harm a mouse, but if I catch somebody breaking in my house, got a 12-gauge shotgun waiting on the other side. So don't go pushing, you can smile, come on, I have to fight you, but I done sure will. You don't want trouble, you better just pass me on by. As far as I'm concerned, there ain't no excuse for the rigging and the killing and the child abuse. And I got a way to put an end to all of that mess. You just take the rascals out in the swamp. You put them on their knees and tie them to a stump. Let the rappers and the bugs and the alligators do the rest. Well, you know what's wrong with the world today. People done gone with their Bibles away and they live by the law of the jungle, not the law of the land. The book says the sun knows the truth, and I know and I ain't a 2-4-2. You better watch where you go, remember where you've been. That's the way I see it. I'm a simple man. You better watch where you go, remember where you've been. That's the way I see it.
I went to the office the next day to see what part of that person. I looked on the list, but the name wasn't found. I thought Bill might have got it, but the man. I looked on the folder, and I happened to find it, and it was not. I walked into the room, and the other pulled out the booze, and walked in. Then I put my rope in the middle of his back and had some cowboy pull out the slack, and then I wrapped the tail around my hand and back and said, boys, open the gate, just a little bit of drag.
Thank you, Morgan Ivy, 2022 Fiesta Days Rodeo Queen. Our first contestant is the daughter of Damon Christensen and Stephanie Lord, and is from Linden, Utah. She is an honor roll student as a sophomore at Timpanogos High School, where she enjoys being on their tennis team. She is an officer in her high school FFA program. She takes a master's art class and has won numerous awards for her artwork. Her favorite subjects are horses, and she has been commissioned to do several paintings. She is a member of the Intermountain Reining Horse Association. She competes in high school rodeos and is proud to be a member of the South Utah County team here in Spanish Fork. For the last 2 years, she has served on the Linden Junior Rodeo Royalty. Contestant number 5 is Aubrey Christensen.
Take all time to time, those crazy friends of mine. Head out on steel horses, wheels and we ride. Burn up Cowboys like us sure do have fun, racing the wind, chasing the sun. Take a long way around, back to square one. Today we're just outlaws on the run. There'll be no regrets, no worries and such. Cowboys like us. We talk about living, making women, all that we lost and all we've been given. We sing about true love, lie about things we ain't done. Drink one more cold one, morning we get up and you roll. Cowboys like us sure do have fun, racing the wind, chasing the sun. Take a long way around, back to square one. Today we're just outlaws out on the run. There'll be no regrets, no worries and such. Cowboys like us. Cowboys like us sure do have fun, racing the wind, chasing the sun. Take a long way around, back to square one. Today we're just outlaws out on the run. There'll be no regrets, no worries and such. Cowboys like us. Cowboys like us.
Out there in the Flint Hills, northeast of Kansas, the wind can cut clean through your soul. Midsummer heat, a little melts you right down to the pavement. The beer around here. Well, they get up with the sunrise. There's no burning daylight. Cattle feed, hay to mow. They never turn their backs. Maybe you need it. I guess that's just a Midwestern. Grain elevators make the country skyline. Little square towns spread out far and wide. Gravel roads in the cornfields, miles of rolling hills. Welcome to the Great Plains. Welcome to the Great Plains. Welcome to the home of the free.
So our contestants will be carrying the Griffles sponsor flag. Griffles is a network of plasma donation centers, and they are our Fiesta Days Queen sponsor.
John Deere tractor. Lead that blue prairie sky. Grain elevators make the country skyline. Little square towns, straight plains. Welcome to the home of the free.
Now Aubrey will come around one more time and do a presentation run. Thank you. Contestant number 1, Aubrey Christensen. How about one more round of applause for Aubrey? Great job. Okay, it looks like our judges are ready, so we will welcome to the arena our second contestant. Is the daughter of Peyton and Marlene Mackey and is from Tremonton, Utah. She achieved honor roll status throughout high school and then graduated with honors from Bridgeland Technical College in animal science and has a veterinary technician degree. She is an intercollegiate equestrian team coach and captain, a regional competitor, and a semifinals qualifier. She will continue her education by pursuing a bachelor's degree at Utah State University and apply for veterinary schools next spring. She will eventually graduate with a doctorate in veterinary medicine. Her hobbies include riding horses and working cattle on her family's ranch. She snowmobiles in the winter and rides dirt bikes in the summer. She is proud to have been chosen to be a part of the Survey Championship Rodeo Pivot Team last month at Rodeo Houston. Contestant number 6 is Bailey Mackey.
Keep it on the ground, back to that hammer down. And I'm in Texas bound and flying. I got my tin in wind, red on and out again. Well, how you gonna win if you ain't trying? Well, I'm going back together, and we're burning up the road. And that old sheriff's out there dogging us again. Texas really got it cooking. Plans to do a lot of cooking. Running in trouble, he keeps looking where we've already been. So if I can keep it on the ground, when I put that hammer down, I'll be Texas bound and flying. Well, if I can keep it on the ground, when I put that hammer down, then I'll be Texas bound and flying. Got my tin in the wind, let it all hang out again. 'Cause how you gonna win if you ain't trying? Not smoking in the band is a tale you don't forget. But every time you hear an engine scream and whine, well, you have to think about old man, old people, crawl, Fred the Snowman. Their story is a legend that we live on in time. So if I can keep it on the ground when I put that hammer down, I'll be Texas bound and flying.
We'll welcome contestant number 6 back into the arena with the Griffles Plasma Center flag. Let's give one more round of applause to contestant number 6, Bailey Mackey. Our third contestant is the daughter of Dan and Esther Brophy and is from Payson, Utah. She graduated with high honors from Maple Mountain High School in 2022. She held officer positions in FFA, FCCLA, American Sign Language, 4-H, and Skills USA clubs. She is a 2-time champion in Utah's FCCLA's Fashion Construction Competition. In 2022, she placed second nationally in the National FCCLA competition in San Diego. She also won the 2019 Utah Make It With Wool competition and placed top 10 nationally in Scottsdale, Arizona. She was a Sterling Scholar in the Family Consumer Science for Maple Mountain High School and first runner-up in the Wasatch Front region. She currently attends Snow College and is majoring in pre-vet. She is on the Snow College Rodeo team and competes as a barrel racer. Contestant number 7 is Miriam Brophy.
Some business with the big iron on his hip. The big iron on his hip. In this town there lived an outlaw by the name of Texas Red. Many men had tried to take him, and that many men were dead. He was vicious and a killer, though a youth of 24, and the notches on his pistol numbered 1 in 19 more. 1 in 19 more. Now the stranger started talking, made it plain to folks around. He was an Arizona Ranger, wouldn't be too long in town. He came here to take an outlaw back alive or maybe dead, and he said it didn't matter. He was after Texas Red, after Texas Red. The morning passed so quickly, it was time for them to meet. It was 20 past 11 when they walked out in the street. Folks were watching from their windows, everybody held their breath. They knew this handsome ranger was about to meet his death. Was about to meet his death. There was 40 feet between them when they stopped to make their play. And the swiftness of the ranger is still talked about today. Texas Red had not cleared leather when a bullet fairly ripped, and the ranger's aim was deadly with a big iron on his hip. Big iron on his hip. Big iron, big iron. And he tried to match the ranger with the big iron on his hip. The big iron on his hip.
I was coming from Montgomery, having a guitar back. When a stranger stopped beside me and handed me a cab. He was dressed like 1950, half calm and hollow eyed. He said, "It's a long walk to Nashville with you up the ranch." He sat there in the house, turned on the radio, and them sad old songs coming out of their speakers was solid come to go. Then I noticed the stranger goes right here and he asked me for a light. And I knew there was something strange about this night. He said, "I kept the king of many folks proud and playing sign. Have you paid your dues? Can you mow the views? Can you bend down guitar strings?" I said, "Lord, can you make folks feel what you feel inside? But if the big star round, let me warn you, it's a long, long ride." And he turned that car around. He said, "This is where you get off, boy. 'Cause I'm gonna like all that." As I stepped out of that Cadillac, I said, "Mr. Many thanks." He said, "You don't have to call me Mr. Hold on, call me Hines." He said, "River, can you make folks rise to play and sing? Start around in the morning, it's a long, long day."
We'll welcome contestant number 7 back into the arena with the Griffles Plasma Center
Competition out there now.
slide.
Like it was in the 50s when I was here. And you got Williams and you got Billy Kitchen, right on the phone. And you got my son.
Okay, we'll welcome contestant number 7 back into the arena for one last presentation round. Let's give Miriam Brophy a round of applause.
She's never been a fan of Willie Nelson. There ain't no way in hell you get out. She told me she thinks I'm a Prometheus.
Our final contestant is the daughter of Preston and Mindy Voorhees and is from Spanish Fork, Utah. She is currently attending Snow College and is working on a business degree. She hopes to help run her family business in the future. She has loved the sport of rodeo from a very young age and admires those who are ambassadors for the sport. She is an honor roll student and has achieved an ag science and equine science skills certification and is in animal science pathway completer. Her leadership roles include 2019 Diamond Fork 4-H Vice President, 2020 Spanish Fork FFA Chairman, and 2021 Spanish Fork FFA Reporter. Her hobbies include showing horses and livestock, barrel racing, reading, drawing, hunting, swing dancing, and cooking. Contestant number 8 is Riley Voorhees.
She couldn't name one hit but Johnny Cash. No, she don't like to play my kind of music. So I had to tell that girl to kiss my ass. Born a little son of a farmer in a small town southern Maine. Like his daddy's dad, before him, always working on the land. Fell in love with a small town woman and they married up and settled down. Natural wheel of life if you're lucky for a small town southern Maine. First it came 4 pretty daughters for the small town southern man. Then a few years later came another little boy. He was the man. 7 people living all together in a house built with his own hands. Little words of love and understanding from a small town southern man. And he bowed his head to Jesus, and he stood for Uncle Sam, and he only loved one woman, was always proud of what he had. He said his greatest contribution is the ones he'll leave behind. Raised on the ways and gentle kindness of a small town southern man. Callous hands told the story for the small town southern man. He did all together to keep his family on his name. Like his daddy, he wore out the body, laid hard just to walk the street. You can break the back, but you can't break the spirit of a small town southern man. And he bowed his head to Jesus, and he stood for Uncle Sam, and he only loved one woman, was always proud of what he had. He said his greatest contribution is the ones he leave behind. Raised on the ways and gentle kindness of a small town southern man. He says, all right, as I see anything they got me by the hand. Don't you cry, don't you worry, I'm blessed and I know I'm not. 'Cause God has a place in heaven for a small town southern man. And
And here's Riley taking the Griffle sponsor flag for a ride.
You ever see the sun go down into the water? You see the stormy waves break over the coast.
And let's give Riley one last round of applause as she comes around with her presentation ride. Contestant number 8, Riley Voorhees. Well, that concludes the horsemanship portion of our contest today, and we will meet back again in the Ponderosa building. Thank you. So the next portion of our contest is the public speaking, and we've made a slight change from years past where we've done the prepared speeches. This year we will do what is called an extemporaneous speech, and what will happen is we will have all the girls meet back in the High Chaparral building, and they will be given 10 minutes with a list of topics to choose from. The topics are, the first one is, always believe something wonderful is about to happen. And they can just go off on that and find something to talk about. They go any direction they want with it. There's 6 of them total. Another one, we must go on adventures to find where we truly belong. The third one is actually the Spanish Fork motto, pride and progress. The fourth one is the Spanish Fork Fiesta Days theme for this year, 2023, is right where you belong. The fifth one is rodeo is not just a sport, but a way of life. They can elaborate on that a little bit. The sixth one is only look back to see how far you've come. So kind of a fun little exercise, and we thought that would be, it seems like the way that the things are going with the Queen contest is trending is more of these extemporaneous type of speeches versus the prepared speeches. So we're glad and excited to try this out. Now, there's something that the girls probably don't know that they might be surprised with, and that is that we have Spanish Fork's own Stacy Beck here with us. She's on the city council, has been on, served 2 terms. This is your second term, isn't it, Stacy? Yep. Yeah, second term on the city council. She works for Utah Valley Magazine, and she co-hosts a talk show here in Spanish Fork on Channel 17 called, what's it called? Studio?
Freaking Chatter.
That's
what you just renamed it.
Well, I renamed it Studio Freaking Chatter. It's Studio Chatter, okay? But they usually invite the Queen to go and be a guest on that show at some point during her reign. So after they do their extemporaneous speech, Stacy will meet them up here at the table, and they'll do a live interview with Stacy. So that'll be kind of fun. We would like to welcome in our first contestant, Miss Aubrey Christensen.
Rodeo is not just a sport, but a way of life. I have learned it's not so much about the arena lights, the roar of the crowd, the painted nails, the beautiful clothes, or even managing the perfect wings. It's about serving the community, sharing the world of horses with others, and promoting our Western heritage. I have learned that rodeo is family. Rodeo is making new friends and sharing the world of horses with others. It's about hard work and patience and learning that nothing comes easy. It's about doing better each time you try. And of course, it's about learning that it's okay to not always win, but to always do your best. Rodeo is my way of life.
Okay, let's have you come on this side, sorry. Okay, Aubrey, I wanted to ask you a little bit about tennis. You were the one you're on the tennis team?
Yeah.
And you're a sophomore in Linden, right?
Yeah.
Okay, tell us a little bit about your tennis career. It sounds fascinating.
You know what? This is really funny. I'm actually the tallest player on my tennis team. I've always had people say, "Oh, you must be an amazing volleyball or basketball player." But you know what? I don't have an aggressive bone in me. And this comes to horses too. I can't tell my horse what to do because I just want to be his best friend. But tennis is really nice because I can have a partner in tennis or I can just be by myself, but I love having my partner. But I do use my height to my advantage. When I just reach up, I can slam it down.
Awesome. And you just brought up your horse a little bit. Tell us a little bit about your relationship with your horse.
My horse is such a puppy dog. His name is Chevy. He's the golden buckskin. He is so funny. The other day I was at the barn. I was wearing my big heavy coat. He just grabbed my zipper and just did my zipper. It was the funniest thing in the world. He is such a baby.
And how long have you been riding with him?
I've had him for about a year now, but I've been riding my whole life.
Okay. All right, if you are crowned Miss Fiesta Days Rodeo Queen, what is one of the things you are most excited to experience?
You know what? I just love being there and representing the community. And I love the Diamond Fork Riding Club for that reason. I'm most excited about their Veterans Day where they take their horses and let veterans ride the horses.
That's really cool. I didn't even know about that. Okay, and you still have 2 more years of high school after this year, but tell us what your future, just a couple years beyond that, looks like. What are some of your hopes and dreams?
Well, I hope to keep rodeo queening and maybe in the PRCA And we recently just got a barrel horse, so hopefully I'll get going in other events, like breakaway and barrels.
Okay. Thank you, Aubrey.
Thank you.
Morgan, I think you and I met on Studio Chatter for the first time last summer, right?
Yeah, well,
Okay.
I'd been there a few times watching my sisters
Oh,
behind the scenes.
On the
but-
purple couch?
Yes. Yeah.
So let's go back over the past year. What has been one or two of your favorite moments as Miss Fiesta Days Rodeo Queen?
Yeah, so one of my favorite moments is honestly just the rodeo in general. The committee is amazing, and just the rush that you feel when you're riding in that arena. And another favorite memory is me and my royalty, we became really good friends, and after the rodeo, we couldn't just get enough of each other, and we went to an Ian Munsick concert, and it was really cool to build that friendship with my royalty, and I'll cherish that forever. And so that was a few of my favorite memories as my last year.
So you helped your sister, well, not helped her, she mentored you before you became queen. So did you have any surprises this past year? I mean, your parents are both so involved, and your sisters, your whole family, this is a big family affair. But were you surprised about anything as you went through some of these experiences?
You know, what really just I didn't really realize is like how busy behind the scenes is. I've been behind the scenes, but when you're actually part of it, it is pretty busy, and the alleyway does get pretty crowded, and you don't want to mess with those cowboys because we're just the pretty rodeo queens that have to go run laps. And so that's pretty much what just really kind of like surprised me, is how busy it really is in the back.
So tell us a little bit about your schedule that you keep. I mean, obviously Fiesta Days is super busy, so tell us a little bit about that schedule, but also the rest of the year, what the future queen can expect.
Yeah, so summertime is definitely the busiest. I think that every rodeo queen will know that. But really, the schedule is just rodeos on the weekends. I worked throughout the week when I wasn't rodeoing. But there are some events, city events, that were during the week, and the week of the rodeo, it's just crazy. There's no break time, and it's a really good time.
Okay. And are you in a lot of parades as well? If so, how many did you attend last year?
I cannot tell you how many I attended, but yeah, there is quite a few parades, and they're really fun, but it gets pretty hot here in Utah trying to wave and smile through the sweat, but it's really a good time.
And so the summer's busy. What does fall and winter look like? You get to chill out and you don't have anything to do? Or are there still things going on?
Well, so after Fiesta Days, usually it's just that's it for the summer, but I had the opportunity to go run flags at the Wilderness Circuit, and so I represented Fiesta Days there and carried flags with a few other queens throughout the state of Utah. And other than that, fall and winter is a kind of slow time and just a nice break.
Okay, so we are ready for our next contestant. This is Bailey Mackey, and she is contestant number 6.
Dirt. It's everywhere. In the high deserts, dense woodlands, and rolling hills. Dirt. It is the foundation from which giant rainforests stretch to the skies and massive mountain ranges erupted. Dirt. It's made for growing, from alfalfa and corn to cowboys and cowgirls. Now, not every dirt is the same. Just ask any barrel racer. But to me, the best dirt is rodeo dirt. I knew growing up that dirt is right where I belong. My parents trained colts, and so when my twin sister and I were born, we sat in our Johnny jumpers at the barn while my mom rode them down. From eating a little bit of that dirt to now enjoying the live atmosphere it brings with rodeo, I know that on the dirt is right where I belong.
So if any of you missed that, she went with our theme this year, right? Yes. Right where I belong. I love that.
Thank you.
So, and you mentioned you have a twin sister.
Yes.
Does she do all this rodeoing?
Used to.
Okay, but not right now?
Yes.
Okay. I would love to hear a little bit about you. You're the oldest of the 4 contestants. So you have some cool things that you have under your belt. Tell us one of the things that you are most proud of that you've accomplished thus far in your life?
Thank you. Being a twin sister, it's awesome to always have someone with you, and that was until college. And I will say it's a little bit of a jaunt between my twin sister and I. She goes to school at Dixie State University, or Utah Tech now, and I go to school at Utah State University. And so it was a lot of separation, about 6 hours between the two of us, and we were pretty much inseparable all through our lives. And so doing things on my own looked a little bit different. But when I found the Western Equestrian team, I found my new sisterhood and a few new brothers, of course. And I will say that the past 2 years I've coached the Western Equestrian team, and it is such a joy through the IHSA Association, which is the Intercollegiate Horse Show Association, that I've had the opportunity to go to semifinals in West Virginia. They went to Florida this year. I didn't get to go with them. I had another obligation, but they have done so well, and I'm glad that I got to be a part of their lives.
Thank you. It sounds like you're really involved in this industry, and you've told us some things that you're really impressed with. Is there anything that you think the industry could change? If so, what would it be?
Oh. The industry has come so far already, and I think the reining industry has been a really nice home for me, and I think the one thing with the rodeo industry is that if we're a little bit, more neighborly-like, just like the reiners, that we can involve new and young kids, just like through the junior high program, the high school rodeo program. If we reach out and branch out to a little bit of the outsiders, or they don't really know what the industry is about, that we can really become an entire industry family, whether it's reining, rein cow, or rodeo.
Okay. And my last question, what has been your favorite subject in college so far?
Yes, so I'm an equine science major, and I'm doing my prerequisites for vet school right now. So, you might have the background that I really love horses, and I think that has been my favorite subject, being able to go to class and learn more about this industry. In the sales production side, I got to work with a bunch of yearlings that I got to help foal out as an employee of Utah State University. So I've seen these holes hit the ground. I got to break one of them, but I've seen the rest of them be halter broke, and I've also got to break them under saddle as well. So seeing that whole program from born to sold is an awesome way of just connecting with this industry.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
That was contestant number 6, Bailey Mackey. We've got a couple more minutes, and I was talking with one of our beloved club members by the name of Kevin Parker. We usually call him KP. And I was asking him if he had a favorite memory that he'd like to share, and he says, "Yep, give me that microphone."
Yeah.
That's what he said, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not very good on speaking, but, oh, okay, I know. Now I'm nervous. I do have a good experience. I've been in the club 45 years. Bill Crump was one of our, he had a barbershop here in town. He's one of our founding members. The very first ride we went on, I was real green. I'd only owned a horse, maybe a year, maybe 2 years. I didn't grow up with him. When I got married, moved to Spanish Fork, that was the thing. You got a horse. So, but I had done something wrong with my head stall, and there was a big group of us. The thing about Bill Crump and coming out, he come over and he said, "Hey, can you hang back for a while?" He didn't want to embarrass me in front of the group, and he helped me repair my head stall, so it was right. So I guess the riding club means a lot to me. The members, we do a lot of things for the public. It's just a really enjoyable experience that I've had. Been president a few times. But the one thing I've had, we sponsored the Queens from 2012 to 2020, and that was a good experience. You girls, we appreciate what you do for the club. You make our club shine. So that's about all I have.
We all love Kevin and his wife Shar, and I think you can see exactly why. He's a big part of this organization. He's kind of the glue that holds it all together, it seems like sometimes. And he does more stuff behind the scenes than anybody will ever know. And with a lot of his own financial contribution, and he doesn't like to toot his own horn or say nothing about it, but he's a good friend to the club and to the rodeo and to the city. So thanks, Kevin and Shar. We love you guys. Yep. Okay, it looks like we are ready for our next contestant. This is contestant number 7, Miriam Brophy.
Okay. All right. Hello, my name is Miriam Brophy, and I'm here to try out for Fiesta Days Rodeo. All right, picture this, everybody. The last race of Secretariat, his 3rd race, and if he wins this race, he'll be the Triple Crown winner. That race was phenomenal, astounding. I think the jockey was even surprised by the race itself. He was so far ahead compared to all the other riders and horses, and he only looked behind to see how far he's come from the other horses. And here in our lives, we need to do that more often. Look back in our past to see how far we've reached, because all of us have done astounding, hard things in our lives, like mothers who raise children, fathers who support the family. And I think it's super, super important to see where you've come from. For me personally, I'm completely deaf, and I learned how to speak and talk, and learning and like comparing to like where I've come from, it is motivating, and I think it's a great thing that everybody can learn from their mistakes and from the past and keep progressing, and it's really important to not compare yourself to the past. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you. So one of my first questions was going to be, you graduated from Maple Mountain High School, right? And you took sign language in high school.
Yes.
Can you expand, like if you said you're deaf, did you already know sign language? How beneficial were those classes in high school, and how did that help you like become closer with the fellow students?
That's an excellent question. So I was born deaf, and the first couple years of my life, I communicated and signed with my parents, and I got a cochlear implant, and my parents wanted me to learn how to speak. So I went to a deaf and blind school, and I learned how to communicate oral. And then when I went into high school, my ASL was pretty good, but I expanded my vocabulary way more, because when you're in a class every day, signing with peers, and you have a teacher helping you, it works so much better to get your signing ability much higher. Thank you so much for that question.
Yeah. And now you're currently attending Snow College?
Yes.
Right? And you've been down there for just 1 year?
Yeah.
Okay, tell us a little bit about your experience leaving home, going off to college, and what that has been like for you this year.
Holy smokes. Going off to college has been a wild ride. And I didn't just go to college by myself. I brought 2 of my horses with me because I'm on the Snow College's rodeo team. So my college experience has been a lot different than other students, but I wouldn't trade it for a thing in the world. It's great. I'm taking a lot of animal classes, a lot of business classes. I'm going into pre-vet, and I'm super excited for my career and all the opportunities. And the college rodeo team is great. But that's a fantastic question.
Okay. So I wanted to ask about your horse, but you just said you took 2 of your horses down?
That's right.
Tell us a little bit about those horses.
All right, you saw that cute gray horse today. His name is Apollo. He's my barrel horse, and I do tons of stuff with him. I've had him for 5 years. Wonderful horse. I love him to death. And then I just got another horse recently named Cowboy, and I got him right before college started. He's my roping horse. He's a little bit younger, and I'm just starting to train him up. And currently Apollo and I do barrels at college rodeos, and then next year I'll use Cowboy for breakaway and possibly team roping. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, one last question. If you are crowned, what is something that you are most excited to experience in 2023?
Excellent question. The most exciting thing to be crowned for is serving Spanish for our community. I grew up here locally. I'm from Maple Mountain, which is in Spanish Fork. So I think that's the most exciting thing is helping the community, helping a rodeo, because the Western way needs to be advocated more and represented in a good way. All right.
Thank you, Miriam.
Yeah.
That was contestant number 7, Miriam Brophy.
Let's invite Hadley Jo. Chris just introduced her as our newest queen, just as last week. So let's take a couple of minutes and get to know her. Hi, Hadley. So we've never met, so I don't know anything about you. So first of all, I want to know how old you are, where you're from, what school you go to, some of those basic things about you. Will you share?
So I'm Hadley Jo Cotter, and I am from Howell, Utah. It's west of Tremonton, and I go to the Bear River Middle School right now, and I just love learning, and I also show dogs, and so that's just one fun thing about me. I have a corgi, his name's Cowboy, and right now I'm training him in agility.
Wow, very impressive. So what made you want to do this are you new to this?
No.
Okay, tell us about your past experience and then why you wanted to continue in this.
So I felt that rodeo queening was a good learning skill to help me with life in general. And so what I would do when I started when I was 5 years old, I decided, well, this would be good. This would make me grow as an individual. And so I've actually been able to win 2 saddles so far. And so I'm just super excited to represent with this title.
Wow, you're already so accomplished. So at 5 years old, you were already dreaming of this. Wow, so goals must be pretty important to you. What are some of your future goals that you have on your horizon? Let's say the next 5 years.
So I'm actually training my dad's horse this summer, and so my goal right now is to just have this horse get accomplished and be able to get him saddle broke. And so one of my other goals is to just really be able to show my dogs to the best of my ability and actually get my dog to lay down for 2 minutes.
You're darling. Okay, one last question. What are you most excited for with this new title?
I'm excited to be able to go to the rodeo because this has always been one of my biggest goals, and I felt that this would be a great learning experience and just to get to know the other girls and to really just grow.
Great. Thank you, Hadley. I see a very bright future for you. You're darling. Okay.
Well, I think Hadley Jo's got what it takes, don't you all? Welcome our final contestant. This is contestant number 8, Riley Voorhees.
Hello. Imagine this. 11, 12-year-old girl, her first riding lesson. She's sitting there, she's so excited. She's so excited. And her trainer says, okay, let's get on the horse. She gets on the horse, trots, warms her up. It's perfect. Her trainer looks at her. It's time to lope. She freezes. Lope? Speed? Heck no, she can't do that. Fine, we'll put you on a lunge line. This girl was on a lunge line for 3 months. If you hadn't guessed it, little girl was me. I hated speed. If this little girl could look back to the person that I am today, she would freak out. She admired the person that I am today. She looked up to the person that I am today.
person that I am today is someone that when I look back on, I'll always remember her. Because right now, the person that I am is who I want to be, and right now, she's everything. She's everything that I wanted to be. She is the person that little kids nowadays look up to. And I love that. The sport of rodeo is meant for this. It's meant for people to look up on. Because this rodeo, right now, is where I want to be. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, stay right over here. I have a couple of questions for you. I want to first start with, what is your why for being here today?
I grew up in Spanish Fork. This is my hometown rodeo. I want to be here because I love the sport of rodeo and I love this rodeo. I love the community and I want to be involved in the community a lot more. And this is the reason, this is the only way that I really know that I can be involved with.
Okay, thank you. So when Chris read your bio earlier this morning, he said that you want to one day take over the family business.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit more about that family business and why would you want to take it over?
So for those of you who aren't from Spanish Fork, my family business is called Circle V Meat. It's on Arrowhead Trail. It is a meat packing plant. And my dad runs it with his 3 siblings. And the business has always been something that I've been interested in, and I love it. So that's why I decided to go to college and pursue my degree in business. Because what better way to make your family proud than to take over their business?
Okay, let's hear about why you love this industry so much.
So my family has grown up raising horses, roping, doing rodeo. My mom was a former rodeo queen. This industry I've just grown up with it and I have a love for it. I have a deep, passionate love for this. It's always been a part of me. I remember growing up coming to this rodeo. I remember joking with the rodeo clowns, joking with some of the riding members. Like, I've always been involved in the rodeo. Yeah, I'm one to say I don't like speed, so I've never competed in rodeoing because I've just never, but that's something that I have come to love as being in this industry.
Okay, one final question. You love to read.
I do.
I do too, so I have to end on this. What is your favorite book and what are you currently reading?
So I am a big fan of fantasy. It's kind of a problem. My favorite series and my favorite book, I can't name a certain book, is the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. Love that series. If any of you guys like fantasy out there, that is the book to read. The current book that I am reading right now is called The Secret Life of Addie LaRue. And it is a tearjerker. I am halfway through the book and I've cried 3 times. So.
Okay, thank you.
That was contestant number 8, Riley Voorhees. So the next portion of the contest is modeling and impromptu speeches. And so you've all practiced that, and at this time we would like the girls and their fathers to wait outside the building, and we'll call you in one at a time to do your modeling, and then Morgan, the outgoing queen, will ask a couple of impromptu questions to each of you. So at this time, we'd ask the girls and their fathers to meet right outside the door here. Okay, our first contestant is contestant number 5, Aubrey Christensen. She is the daughter of Damon Christensen, and he will be escorting her in.
Her question reads, how does today's economy affect rodeo?
You know, it's the Western way of life. And it's just not rodeo. It's the Western agriculture. We're less than 2% of the population, but yet we're expected to feed the entire population. I think today's economy with just trucking is even affecting our agriculture. I know a dairy farm that's close to my grandparents that's owned by a family. It's hard to feed their own family, let alone 8,000 cows. Just one more. Okay.
Her question reads, should the PRCA allow officials to use instant replay in making their final decision?
I'd say sure. While they're making their final decision, it allows other people to watch what happened and what was going on.
Thank you. That was contestant number 5, Aubrey Christensen. And we are ready for contestant number 6, Bailey Mackey, who is being escorted by her father, Peyton Mackey.
Her question reads, should the PRCA allow officials to use instant replay in making their final decision?
In my understanding, it's been a big controversy if they should use instant replay. In my head, they do use it in the NBA. They use it in the national sports. Why not rodeo? Some of those calls, those judges, they're fast. The Cowboys are getting more efficient. They're getting faster. And so watching these events, whether it's in the rough stock or the timed event, I think it could be beneficial.
Her question reads, how does today's economy affect rodeo?
For us rodeo athletes or anyone in the equine industry or in the ag industry, let it be, the economy has really hit us hard, raising gas prices. So as we go into harvest season, it's going to be expensive just for us to make a means to feed our cattle, feed our horses. And I know in the rodeo industry, cowboys have had to carpool even more than what they did before just to make amends to make it to the next rodeo.
That was contestant number 6, Bailey Mackey. Okay, now we would like to welcome in contestant number 7, Miriam Brophy, escorted by her father, Dan Brophy.
Her question reads, how does today's economy affect rodeo?
Excellent question. As we all can see, economy is very correlated with activities people do. Well, during COVID, the economy went downhill and rodeo season was fighting against the economy and trying to be productive, but it's quite frankly hard too when the economy and the rodeo season is not cooperating. While economy, when it's on the downhill, I have noticed rodeo season is slower, just like everybody in the rodeo world have other jobs also. And if they don't have enough money, sometimes they have to take little shortcuts and other things. So that's what I noticed about the economy and rodeo being correlated together.
Should the PRCA allow officials to use instant replay in making their final decision?
That's a tricky case. Well, each case can be a little bit different. Well, a couple years ago, one of the Wright brothers had a replay in his run while doing his rough stock. In my opinion, it's really important that the PRCA person is educated and knows if the replay should be allowed in this situation or not. It really, in my opinion, I hate saying this answer, but I think it's important to know the case of it. But there definitely should be some rules against replays to give everyone fair opportunities in the rodeo.
Our final contestant is contestant number 8, Riley Voorhees, who is escorted in by her father, Preston Voorhees.
How does today's economy affect rodeo?
Well, first of all, gas prices. Gas prices are at an all-time high and are rising. And it's really hard, I think, for cowboys to really get to places. I think you're going to see a lot of cowboys going with each other or tag teaming it in a little bit. I think that's mostly what you're going to be seeing with the gas price situation.
Should the PRCA allow officials to use instant replay in making their final decision?
I do think that, because I remember at one of the rodeos, wasn't there, but I was watching it on TV on the Cowboy Channel. I'm pretty sure that it was Houston, that one of the cowboys actually got cheated out of money because they stated that he broke the barrier, which in fact he did not. I can't remember his name at this current moment, but I do think that they should use instant replay because he lost a lot of money because of that.
Thank you. That is contestant number 8, Riley Voorhees. Well, at this time, that concludes the judging portion of our competition, and we'll give our judges a few moments to make their final notes and scores and tally things up, and then we will take the score sheets back and get them entered in and kind of see where we land with this thing. As I mentioned before, we have a celebrity in our midst. in the form of Miss Rodeo Utah, Madison Wallace. And I would like to invite her to come up and say a few words.
So as Chris had said, my name is Madison Wallace, and I am Miss Rodeo Utah 2023. A little bit about myself. I grew up in Glenwood, Utah, where there's about 100 yards of sidewalk, and the mule deer use the sidewalk more than the people do. So I've been rodeo queening for a few years now, and it wasn't very long ago that I was sitting where these lovely ladies were. I was a Fiesta Days attendant in 2019 and in 2020. So just sharing a few words here. It's been a really great contest. I bet you girls can take a big sigh of relief now. You could even slouch a little bit. We won't hold it against you, right, judges? So you girls all did really, really well. And kind of listening to their impromptu questions and their speeches kind of just made me think a little bit about the importance of what rodeo queening really is. As some of you girls had already stated, rodeo queening is so much more than just the curls and the makeup and riding your horse in parades and rodeos. This is about supporting the sport of rodeo, promoting the PRCA, representing your community, and giving back to them. But rodeo queening is also a really, really great platform for you girls to improve your public speaking skills. Being able to think on your feet, answer hard questions, interviewing will really, really set you up for future success in your life. Some of the older generation might laugh a little bit, but it's not just what rodeo queening can do for you, but what can you do for rodeo queening. So having your title and standing on these platforms, you can also serve as a role model for the younger generation. There are a lot of girls who would love to be in your shoes right now. And it's not an easy task to be that rodeo model. If it was, everybody would be doing it. So I applaud all of you for being so willing to come out here, stand in front of a judge, and basically put your heart and soul out here to show everybody why you love rodeo. And thank you to the parents for supporting your daughters. Again, it's not an easy task. This is a lot of miles in a long summer, but for what they're doing for the community of Spanish Fork and what rodeo is doing for them, it's a really great thing, and it does take a village. So good job, girls. And it's also good to be back here, Spanish Fork. Thank you.
Thank you, Madison. It was a joy having her here for a couple of years as part of our Fiesta Days celebration, and we got to know Madison really well, and we couldn't be prouder of her for her accomplishments at the Miss Rodeo Utah. So we hope you continue to progress and do well as you move forward in life and your future competitions and things that you have going on. So we'll take a little break here for a minute while the judges finish things up. We'll get the scores tallied up, and we should just be back momentarily. I would like to give Morgan, our 2022 outgoing queen, a moment to say any final comments that she might have.
All right, well, today is definitely a bittersweet day giving this title away, and like I kind of mentioned earlier, this has been a dream of mine for years, and from day one last year when I was crowned, I couldn't believe it, and it was just such a dream, and it's crazy how fast time flies, because it seriously this past year brought me so many opportunities that I'm so grateful for, and it really went by so fast, and I'm so grateful for everything that Fiesta Days has brought to me. With my royalty, Riley, she's my first attendant, and Kaylee, we really bonded, and I really cherish that because our royalty isn't like any other royalty. It was really a friendship. We trusted each other. We built that trust, and we made every single appearance, and even more than that, such a great time. There was no hard times between us. I think it was a really awesome and fun royalty, and I'm forever grateful for that. And I just want to thank the Diamond Fork Riding Club members for putting on such a great contest and rodeo. You guys truly do so much, and I want to thank my mom and dad for helping me out with going to rodeo. They're really so supporting, and I just love you guys, and thank you for everything.
Well, I will say that we are very proud of Morgan and all that she's accomplished. My wife, Michelle, here, and I are the parents of 5 girls. Yeah, there's no boys in there. 5 girls, you guys. And it's been awesome. My oldest daughter started rodeo queening. She actually, her friends at school were into high school rodeo, junior high rodeo actually at the time, I think. And she says, she comes home and says, Dad, I want to learn how to be a barrel racer. And I'm like, well, we don't have those kind of horses. And so we got her set up with some horse riding lessons from somebody that did have those. And anyways, come to find out, as she was learning how to ride, she discovered that barrel racing wasn't really her passion. It was more of just reining and training horses and riding, and so her instructor thought, hey, you might enjoy doing a rodeo queen contest. Oh, what's that? Well, come and find out. So she borrowed her a shirt, and I mean, we knew nothing about it. We had the buckaroo string holding her hat on so it wouldn't fall off, and you know, a little buckaroo rodeo. So she ended up getting into a little buckaroo royalty, and it was and the rest is history. The rest of her sisters kind of followed suit, and for probably 10 years in a row, we had 4 daughters in 4 different royalties. Yeah, no kidding. In 4 different royalties at the same time. Can you imagine how many parades I've been to in my life, you guys? But I'll tell you, it's been the greatest thing. Morgan is our youngest daughter, and you know, you always support your kids. That you know, you want them to set goals and achieve their goals. And for some, you know, taking it all the way and being Miss Rodeo America or Miss Rodeo Utah is their goal. Morgan's goal was to be the Fiesta Days queen. And she's always stuck with that. She didn't care about taking it any farther than that. And boy, didn't expect this to come out. Holy cow. But we're really proud of her for accomplishing her goals, and we're good with that if she doesn't want to continue to do it. She has accomplished her goal and hasn't given up on it, and we're really proud of her for that. So, you know, this is the kind of thing that, and it's not just queening, anything to do with agriculture and farm kids and stock shows. It's a great way to raise a kid, get them involved with farm animals and any kind of animals for that matter. Keeps them out of trouble from there's a lot of things out there in the world, and if they got to go out and feed and take care of horses and ride and make sure that they're accomplishing their goals, they turn into a different person. And so I applaud each and every one of you for what you've done today. You can all hold your heads up high for the performance that you've done today. We feel very blessed to have all of you here. Our judges have all expressed their gratitude to you and would love to stay afterwards and talk to anybody that has any questions for them on how they did, you know, complimentary versus things to maybe work on, things like that. You know, I think it's always productive to get a judge's point of view on how things went. I know it's helped in our family over the years. So I would would truly encourage each and every one of you to talk to the judges and kind of get their point of view on how things went today. Miss Congeniality is an award that is voted on by the contestants. They each name one of their peers that they feel is deserving of that award. And today's award for Miss Congeniality goes to contestant number 7, Miriam Brophy. Congratulations. And I might add that this award has been donated by Ashley and Brandy Mortensen. The next award we'll give for personality. Personality award goes to contestant number 7, Miriam Brophy. The next award is for appearance and modeling, and that award goes to contestant number 6, Bailey Mackey. Okay, and then the coveted horsemanship award goes to contestant number 6, Bailey Mackey. Yeah. We'll do the second attendant first, but I'm going to do alternate. So the 2023 alternate for the Fiesta Days Rodeo Royalty is contestant number 5, Aubrey Christensen. Okay. The second attendant for the 2023 Fiesta Days Rodeo Royalty is contestant number 8, Riley Voorhees. Okay. Oh, we're going to get a picture real quick. The first attendant for the 2023 Fiesta Days Rodeo Royalty is contestant number 7, Miriam Brophy. And our 2023 Fiesta Days Rodeo Queen is contestant number 6, Bailey Mackey. So with that, each of the members of the royalty receive a breast collar that has their title on it. The queen receives the saddle, and then there's also chaps and a parade banner for their horse that will be theirs to use for the year of their reign.